Hello everyone, this is Alexander Fritz, also known as the Apple Boom, coming back to you with another Why Did I Get Hit? I'm going to just do some few updates real quick on what I'm doing. And so, Apex is in a month, so I've been working really hard on that. I've been trying to get a lot more fights in with really good players, like one that you're just about to see. I've been still working on patching up frame data. I haven't gotten to a lot of stuff I wanted to because practice has been a thing, and also my schedule got all screwed up because of personal stuff over the last few weeks. But I'm good now, and I should be getting back to frame data stuff. Right now I'm working on the support Pokemon, the impact frames of those. I'm also looking to get the actual frame data in terms of how fast they charge. And I just got the frame data for Gengar's invincibility. I also need to work on secret burst frames, as I call them, the moves that change frames when you get into burst mode, and other things. And so I have a lot on my plate, and I probably won't get it all done by Evo, unfortunately, but I'm going to try to do my best. So let's get into this. This is me versus Catfight. We had a first to 10. I lost. It was like 10-4 or something. 10-4, 10-3. So I'm just going to do the first one, because I lost the first one. And it's always good to do the ones that you lose on. And so let's just get right into this. Boom. Boom. Okay. So I accidentally started. I was testing something. I'm going to really try not to get too into match analysis and just why did I get hit. Because there's so much going on, I know I'm going to skip something. And I'm not up for this being a 500-hour long video right now. Oh, quick warning, I'm trying a new encoding thing to make my videos look better. That could end up working really well, it could also make things terrible. I won't know, so you might have a hard time seeing, so I'll try to explain even more what's going on. Okay, two things happened there. So let's go to the first one. Nope, that was the second one? Oh dang, I went to the beginning. It's the problem with big videos. Nope. Okay, so that, I went to jump, and I was too late. Just a mistake. Happens. It's unfortunate, but you move on. Alright, that time, I had been jumping a lot, and I hadn't really been getting much, and he's been trying to anti-air me, but I've been kind of getting around it, but that time he finally got the hit. I probably should not have done that. I probably should have been a little more cautious. I jumped so much that I probably shouldn't have jumped again there. He was bound to get me eventually, and he hurts so much more at range like that than I do. I can't really hit him that hard. I can really more apply pressure and trying to move into duel phase, whereas he can move into move into duel and hit really hard. And so that was mainly an outplayed. So let's go on. Okay. That was just a mistake of reaction. I got a little too, how to put it? I got a little too used to other Chandelures who like to do Smog out of that. So I saw Minimize, I'm like, alright, I'll just beat everything, including Smog. And I forgot about Overheat. And I got hit. That was a really bad play on my part. That's like, mostly mistake, but partially outplayed, because it would have beat everything else. Pretty much. And so, yeah, that hurt. Okay, let's see exactly what happened before that. Okay, I don't remember exactly what I was doing there, unfortunately. I was probably trying to go in more because he was in the air like that and he can get punished. But I ended up getting outplayed. I can't remember exactly what I did there. All I know is he was in the air, he was hanging around. I was expecting to get in more because last time we played, I think it was him. He did a lot of jump X, which is punishable, and I can counterattack it and all sorts of stuff. But he can also anti-ground with the beam from the air, and I just got outplayed there. Alright, that was an interesting situation. Let's go back a little. Okay, so I was charging counter way too early when he jumped. I don't know why I was charging, because most of his stuff was going to beat. However, charging against this move on reaction is not a terrible idea. The problem is, I started charging too early. And so, I got hit out. I got outlasted by his attack, and stuff happened. So, I shouldn't have been charging in his face like that, because he has a lot of moves that'll just pierce, like Smog. Smog's a big one. There's also Overheat. Overheat's another really big one. In fact, I think Overheat's a guaranteed punish if you can react to that, because I can't dash out of the way. Maybe I could. The spacing was tight. That was overall that was just a mistake. I'm just going to roll that one a mistake. I shouldn't have been doing that in his face. Okay, let's see what happened here. Oh, that was a little too far back. And that was a little too far forward. I get comboed. Alright. I block that on wake up. I'm plus. And so I go for that. Which theoretically, oh, he's a long range character. He's gonna throw out projectiles. I'll beat it with Moonblast and hit him back. However, this didn't go through my head at the time. As much as Chandelar's a long-range character, he's not a huge projectile character in dual phase. In field phase, he definitely is. But in dual phase, he's not a huge projectile character. So having that shield in front of me doesn't really protect me from anything. It could potentially protect me from a close-up... what's the thing? Not incinerate. Not overheat. No, incinerate's jump A. Whatever is anti-air. 4A. Flame burst. There we go. Flame burst. That could potentially protect me from a close-up flame burst. That cannot protect me from any of his Y moves. That cannot protect me from any of his X moves. Let's see. I'm going to go over everything. Wow, I don't remember what A is. So, forward A is Smog. That would not have protected me from Smog. I would have just got hit. That would have protected me from close up Flame Burst. His 4A. I'm sorry, Smog is 6A. His 4A would have protected me from up close, but I was not in that range. In this range, it would have just whiffed his 4A. His 8A is Overheat. I'm out of range of that, and it also would not protect me. 2A, Hex. This would protect me from Hex, but I'm inside Hex range. This is actually a Throw Crush, so it's really good against Hex. But that's not what I threw it out there for, and I'm inside Hex range. His normal A, wow, that's escaping me. Oh, wow, it's a Will-O-Wisp. This would not protect me from Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp is a transient projectile, so it ignores other projectiles. It also ignores Synergy Burst Wave, like when you go into burst mode. That's very interesting. So, yeah, this was just a bad move. This was a mistake. This didn't protect me from anything. I got hit by 2Y and lost. So that was a really long-winded way of saying, don't put Moonblast there. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what happened there, but let's look at it again. Sorry. Okay, yep. I went for side Y. Side Y is a decent option when he's already doing things. In neutral, I can get hit for it. So it was a big risk that I shouldn't have taken. At the time, I didn't know that. I was experimenting. I mean, these are casuals. As much as it was a first to 10, I'm still kind of experimenting. Like, I think this will work. Let's try this. I tried it a few more times to make sure that it wasn't a one-off. I just got unlucky. Yeah, this is a bad spot to put side Y in neutral against Chandelure. And so I got hit for it. So I got outplayed there. But I know better now, so I won't do it in the future. In that situation. Alright. So I was negative, slightly negative, but negative. You're negative. I have to find the frames on that, but I haven't yet. I know that you are negative if you grab and it gets broken. And so I'm dealing with a mix-up situation where I'm negative. He could 4Y me, he could grab me, he could do a slow move on my on the anticipation of me blocking. I probably should have done a fast move because Catfight doesn't 4Y a lot. Chandelure doesn't like to 4Y a lot. I might have been slightly outside of 4Y range because that is such short range. So I probably should have done something like 2Y instead. But I go for the counterattack because that's my habit. It's my habit against a lot of characters. A lot of characters it's really good against. Leads to big damage, massive advantage. Chandelure, that's not what you should be doing. So, I got outplayed there. Slight mistake, mainly outplayed. And I got crit for it. Okay, let's see what happened there. Wasn't a huge deal. Okay, I was going in. I wanted to move in more to get close to him, to kind of pressure him, hopefully force him to waste his super, and then I can pressure a lot more safely. That's generally what I was going for. I didn't realize that I was at perfect spacing to get hit with neutral Y, or neutral ranged. And so I got jabbed out because I was at a bad spacing and I didn't realize it. And so I should just respect that spacing more, and that's why I got hit. Wasn't a huge deal. I did lose a decent amount of damage. I mean, a decent amount of health, though, because that is burst mode, and I did get hit with multiple. Thankfully, he wasn't able to combo into anything. But anyway, let's move on. Okay, I moved in to take the advantage of the whiffed grab. Was a little too late to do that really well, and he ended up throwing out another good spacing tool, which is his back ranged, which is also an anti-air. And I got launched by it. I should have respected that more. Maybe throw out like an arrow or super. Super's not a terrible option, although I'd rather save it for a whiff punish. Probably should have just like thrown out an arrow, maybe jumped into arrows, something more ranged, because it was effectively neutral. It was like zero on. It wasn't just neutral. It was like a zero on block kind of situation, and I should have respected that more. Those spacing tools. Alright. He's plus on block there. I should have dealt with that and not went for the grab. Grab's my go-to if you're negative. So, yeah. That was a bad choice. And then I got outplayed by him overheating. I wonder if that was a bait. But he was plus, so as far as I know he's plus. Give me a quick second. I'm going to look this up. This is all live, me figuring this stuff out. I didn't plan this beforehand. So I'm bringing up the frame data on my phone. And assuming that he doesn't have secret burst frames on that move, which he probably doesn't. It's usually obvious what moves do. And I wanted to change that name. Millen hates that name, but I just can't think of anything else, so I just keep calling it that. Okay, dual only 8x is -8. I was wrong. He is negative. Most people's -8s are plus, so I assumed that one was, especially since it was so slow. So that was actually a really good range to put a, that was the perfect frame range to put a grab, since I have a standard I9 grab. Unfortunately, it was a bait, so I got outplayed. Yep, and if I were to block that, he would be safe. He would just be in negative range, but he could still beat me with the super, so it wasn't a terrible play by him. It was a good placement of overheat, and I got outplayed for it. Good bait. I lost. Oh wait, no, I'm alive. Don't worry, I'll lose soon enough. Yeah, I want to say real quick, he wanted to laser me instead of do back range. He mixed up his inputs, he told me later. That would have probably beat me. That probably would have hit me before the ball hit him, and my invincibility would have been gone. So he probably would have won if he didn't have that input error. Actually, no, I'm thinking about it. That's a perfect time to go over why I would have gotten hit. So, throwing burst out like that is kind of keep off me, trying to have pressure like that is really good against a lot of characters. If I just want to be super plus, be able to get in because my super was my burst mode was running out. That would have been a decent idea. However, I was up against Chandelure, and Chandelure can punish you for that in that situation. Only on that low life. Other than that, he's going to get hit, and he's going to get hit hard. But in low life, he can punish you with laser there. And I probably knew that. I know it. I definitely know that now after Catfight telling me about that. I'm pretty sure in the back of my mind I knew that. I would have gotten outplayed there. Because it wouldn't be right in the forefront. I wouldn't have remembered it exactly. Although I do remember feeling a little unsafe. But you have to take risks when you're low on health and your opponent's up. If you can't take risks, if you just play safe, they're just going to time you out. So, yep, that's why I would have gotten hit. Alright, I just want to say there, we went for 18 seconds without anybody getting hit. That was interesting. So that's pretty much the same situation as before. Oh, I went back way too far. So I jumped over the Will-O-Wisp. Dang it. It's so hard to navigate large videos. Okay, I jumped over Will-O-Wisp. Looks like he was looking for that. If I were to have double jumped, I would have went over that. Because that was kind of a, I don't know where he's going to be type laser. He can point that down if he thinks I'm going to be at the ground. He can point that up if he thinks I'm going to be in the air. If he really had a hard read on me being in the air, and just wanted to go for that, he would have gotten more damage by pointing up. So this one I could have jumped over. I probably could have also jumped over the up one because her jump goes really high. Especially if you do Magical Leaf afterwards. So, I got hit because I got outplayed, and I got baited a little bit. Okay, I got hit way back there. Oh, I'm gonna get hit again. Okay, I got hit there. He threw out a 2i. That's... Is that I-13 or 17? I'm pretty sure it's 13. I have the frame data up, so let me look real quick. Oh, it's 17. He threw out a quick poke. Not a terrible idea. It would be -8. Not great for him, but he took the small risk to be able to get away more. And so that was generally a good idea. It recovered really quickly, and so that just keeps on the pressure. A lot of people do that. I know I do that with stuff. If you have a shift move where everybody's going to recover super quickly, hit them with something real quick because they may not be ready for it. I didn't realize I was going to be vulnerable that quickly from the laser. I'm usually not. So that threw me off, and that's why I got hit, so I got outplayed there. Alright, let's see. Was he in the air? Dang, I missed it. So hard to navigate. And then that's just the situation. Okay, so I went for the... Dang it. 2i. Yeah, I expected a jump X, but even then, I should have waited for it and tried to react to it, because it is slow when you just use it. And that would have been beat out by jump X. And now it's going to get beat out by overheat on reaction, like I was saying before. So, yeah, generally, that's a bad idea. Although, I think I do this in a later match against him. Maybe I did it against somebody online later. I don't remember. If I were to charge it all the way, that would have pierced overheat. But I was trying to, like, get him getting on the ground. It was just a bad idea. I'm going to say mistake there, because I should have waited for the confirm on that jump X and then done other things. I'm sorry, not jump X, it's jump 8X. Or 2X. Dang it, now I'm getting my inputs mixed up. That is jump 8X. So yeah, I should have confirmed that, because he usually doesn't do the normal one, he does the charge one, and that's confirmable to counter against. So yeah, that was a mistake on my part. And I got hit really hard for it. Alright, that was a quick laser. I'm not totally sure what I did. I'm just going to say I got outplayed. He looked like he was going to hold that, and then he went for a quick laser. Those things are surprisingly hard to react to. So I got outplayed. Pretty simple. Alright, I got hit by the 2i. Was that a punish? Let's find out. Okay, so I blocked that. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. That wouldn't have even reached him. That was a mistake on my part. Really bad spacing. That would not have reached him even if you were close. And I know he's not coming in. So, yeah. Because one thing I want to say why I knew he wasn't coming in. He's negative state. He can't use overheat. Since he can't use overheat, he wants to stay out until he can. And because of that, I know he's not going to come in. And yeah, that was just all bad on my part. I don't know if I ruled it before, but yeah, that was a mistake. That one was definitely a mistake. Oh, I missed that. So yeah, I did my thing. That's actually kind of safe at that range. Okay, and so he does that. I block it. He goes for that. He jumps up to kind of cover the ground and also cover me jumping over Will-O-Wisp. And then I jump anyway afterwards. That was just unfortunate. It wasn't fast enough for me to react. I mean, it wasn't slow enough for me to react. He did it pretty low, a good while after the Will-O-Wisp. That's a good way to put it. And so I just got outplayed there with kind of anti-air, anti-ground mix-up, trying to get in, and I got hit for it. That's just outplayed. Alright, that was a mistake, and I'll tell you why I did that. I remember this. So, I thought he was early. If I were to do that, then that would actually get rid of the flame burst. So that's why I did that. I didn't want to just hold it, although I probably should have just held it. It wasn't really doing any more chip. I had 5 health, so doing 4 chips next to nothing. I know it would have chipped away some of my healable health, but So yeah, what you'll see here is actually the flame burst went through me because that's an aerial projectile, and I used an anti-air move, and so that's why I didn't get hit. That's part of why that was actually a really good choice if that were right, if he were early, but he wasn't. He was on time, and so I got hit for it. And so that's like a borderline mistake outplayed. I misread that. That's way too far back. And that's too far forward. And that's also too far forward. Okay, so yeah, I recovered pretty quickly from that, and he did take a while to charge. I mean, that always takes a while to charge. But that was really borderline. I'm going to call that one more outplayed. That was close. Look how close my arrows were to coming out against that flame charge. Dang it. Dang it. Let's just play it out. Okay. I'm going to try to... Yep, I'm going to use K. Look how close that is. I was really close. So yeah, I just got outplayed there. That would have worked though. And I lost. And this has been 27 minutes already. I could do this all day, but you guys don't have all day. And I want to keep these up. I want to keep these out in segments. And so that's why did I get hit against Catfight? I made a lot of mistakes. A lot of it's just me uncomfortable, not unfamiliar, but uncomfortable with the Chandelure matchup. You get to play him so differently than everybody else. That's part of why he's doing so well in the meta right now. Not to say Catfight isn't a good player, but Chandelures in general are winning a lot because, and they will win a lot for a long time, because you have to play a different game against Chandelure. It's just a totally different game. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing, didn't I? Wow. I'm on my wrong scenes. Well, at least you guys got to hear me. Alright. I'll see you guys later. Hopefully I'll make sure not to have these technical issues. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.